The number one way to increase enterprise value of a business. And we're going to get this lesson from none other than Patrick Bet-David. Everyone knows who he is. So let's get right into it on how Patrick increased the enterprise value of his business.
Doing this in the rain, by the way. How awesome is this, huh?
You exited a company for 9 figures. You've been at the table with some hitters. What is your best negotiation advice for anybody in business?
Not putting yourself in a position where you are desperate. Whenever you are in a position of desperation, you're always going to get underpaid, and you'll make a bad move that could cost you $100 million. I'll tell you what.
So the first thing that Patrick is saying is that you don't want to be in a stage or in a time of desperation when you sell your business. One of the best times to sell your business is when you don't actually need to sell your business. But if, for example, you come to a stage where you do need to sell your business, Patrick is going to tell us a story of what happened to him and how he increased the enterprise value of his business.
What happened with me. First time guy came to want to buy our company. Comes, he's walking around our facility. He says, do you mind if I talk to all your employees? I said, go talk to everybody you want. You were there. He goes and talks to everybody. Then we're going to dinner that night at this restaurant called Chamberlain's in Dallas. We sit down, it's me, his CFO, boom, they have the...
Right. So buyers are going to go around and they're going to talk to your management team. They might even talk to your employees, find out what's the situation of the business and how does it operate. So expect that to happen if you want any serious buyer to go and buy your business. And if you're a buyer, you're from buyer side, then of course you need to go in and you need to interview the management team specifically, and sometimes even interview the other key operational team members to find out what's the pulse of the business. Does this operate? How does this operate? Let's continue with Patrick's story.
The money to buy the business. We follow up. They make the offer. Here's the offer. The offer was a small offer, $120 million. Okay. He said, however, the reason why we're making this offer and we're only giving you 50% up front is we need you to stay with us for 5 years. I said, why is that? He says, when I walked around your facility and talked to everybody, I asked them, how hard does he work? And they all said, you are the hardest working person in the company. You're there 7 days a week. We can't buy the business because you're running the company. I said, I can't.
Right. So look here. They made an offer to Patrick of 120 million, but they were going to give him 60 million on completion, and they're going to pay the rest of the 60 million over the next 5 years or over a period of time. And Patrick would have to work in the business for 5 years. Why is that? Because when they went around and they interviewed the team members, they all said that he is the one who's there. He's running the company. He's the hardest worker. He's making all of the decisions. He's driving the business. So if you are an owner operator and you are the main person of your business, this is the situation that might arise when you want to sell your business. You're going to get a lower valuation and they're going to say, we can only pay you X amount on day one and the rest of it has to be paid over a long period of time, and you have to work in the business. Now, I'm guessing that you want to sell your business because you don't want to work in your business anymore, right? So let's see what Patrick done next to solve the problem that he's facing of only receiving 50% upfront and him having to work over a long period of time, 5 years, and receiving the rest of the payments over that long period of time.
Can't sell it to you. So I had a new strategy. I left Texas. I moved to Florida 4 years ago. I hired 5 new C-suite executives. They ran the business. The next time around, when they came and interviewed with everybody, they said, Pat's only here once every 6 months. And I'm running by Tim and our consulting firm here. Then I got more than two times the valuation I got just because we were patient, not desperate. We waited 2 years.
When it comes to the way that...
Right, so what did Patrick do? Patrick hired C-suite executives. He hired the team members that he needed to hire, managers to replace him. So what do we see here? Patrick was actually doing the role of 5 people. He had to hire 5 people to replace all of the functions that he was taking. But he recognized that there's 5 functions that need to be replaced to ensure that he can get a good enterprise value. When he done that, now those 5 people that he hired could have cost him anything from $500,000 to $1 million in salaries and wages, right? But what did it do? It more than doubled the value. So that investment in the salaries of $500,000 to $1 million plus bonuses and other benefits, so on, has paid him dividends because his valuation initially was 120 million and they were only going to pay him 60 million up front. It went to 250 million and they paid him cash on completion. So he's doubled his enterprise value and he's ensured that he's exited himself from the business. Now, business owners, when you want to exit your business, there's two ways of exiting your business, right? There is the way where you can hire managers and you're no longer there day to day, or you can completely exit your business and sell your business. Both ways are viable exits. And when I'm talking to business owners who want to break away from the day to day, possibly sell their business, I always try to understand what their long term goals are. Then we build a pathway on how they can exit their business in whichever way meets their long term goals. If you're a buyer, then of course you will be more interested in businesses in which the owner is not involved in the day-to-day running of the business. And the least that they're involved, the better it is. Even me, when I'm going to buy businesses, as soon as I see a business in which the owner is not doing anything, I'm immediately interested in that business and I put an offer sometimes even before I've seen the place. So this is one of the easiest ways that you can increase your enterprise value to get a higher valuation, but also to make your business more desirable for a sale. Sometimes if you're a small business, if you're a micro business, even if you replace yourself, you might not be able to double the value of your business, but you'll be able to get better terms. And also your business will become more desirable for a business exit, for a purchase from an acquirer. So that's Patrick's story. Fantastic to him that he managed to sell his business for such a fantastic, life-changing amount of money. And he's doing what he's doing now. And you should learn from him. If you want to find out more about business exits and valuations, mergers and acquisitions, and creating enterprise value, carry on watching videos on this channel. And I'll see you in the next video.